This video is particularly for lawyers, and you're really going to enjoy this. Now, one of the biggest issues that lawyers face when they use artificial intelligence, particularly LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, Gemini, DeepSeek, regardless of the LLM that they're using, one of the consistent issues that they face is that LLMs hallucinate. So they give you fake cases, and they give you fake cases so confidently that it looks like it's the right reference, but you research, you do your own research behind it, and you realize that case never really existed. Now, there's plenty of reasons why LLMs do this, but one particular reason why they do this for jurisdictions like Pakistan is because training data does not exist. We have less than 10% of our legal data that is digitized. You will hardly find a high court in the country where you go to its website and you'll find more than 10,000 judgments that are scanned in a format that the machine can read easily. So because this training data, publicly legal data, digitally does not exist, LLMs are not trained on this data naturally. So what ends up happening, among other reasons, is that LLMs confidently lie and they give you fake cases. Now, something as serious as legal research should not be left at the mercy of hallucinations. My LLM, however, does not hallucinate. Now, before I show you how that happens, I want to introduce you to a platform called AI Attorney. So what you're looking on the screen is a legal tech platform that was developed by a former judicial law clerk in Pakistan. This particular legal research tool, it's not even just a legal research tool, it's an all-in-one solution for a lawyer in Pakistan. This tool was trained on 550,000 High Court and Supreme Court judgments that were physically procured, scanned, made machine readable, labeled, and this entire system was created on top. Not just that, but 75,000 UK Supreme Court judgments and 25,000 Indian Supreme Court judgments. Allow me to show you everything that can happen. So this is the dashboard. You go to the library section, and now you have all of your Pakistani cases. Every case is so beautifully integrated in this application. So for example, as soon as you click on a case, not only does the judgment show up, you can read its summary, its facts, its arguments. You can read the judgment itself, all of the judgments that were referred here, and all of the judgments that this judgment has been cited in. And you can not just that, you can search, for example, I want to search for murder 2004. The moment I click it, all relevant cases are going to show up, and I can filter them not only by the journal, I can also filter them by the court, by year, by page number, by act, by case type, etc., etc., etc. I can do this not only for cases in Pakistan, but also 75,000 UK Supreme Court judgments and 25,000 Indian Supreme Court judgments. It also includes all of the acts in the country and all provincial courts. In addition to that, there's the chat section. And this is really interesting. For example, this is a chat that I was doing with it. Give me a precedent on whether a writ petition is maintainable against a state-owned enterprise. And when it gives you an answer, it doesn't give you an answer like ChatGPT or Claude. It gives you an answer from a legal point of view, an answer that a lawyer is very comfortable with. So it establishes the legal principles and overview first. Then it goes down, gives you analysis of the case in reference to all of the cases that now are not hallucinated because they're based on those 550,000 cases or a part of the 550,000 cases on which this system is trained. And every single case, you can go and view the source behind it. So the 7 C's judgment of the infamous 7 C's judgment of the really, really amazing Justice Mia Gul Hasan Aurangzeb will open up. And then you can see the judgment, the facts, the arguments, etc., etc. Not just that, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to the drafter section, you have thousands of templates of any particular document that a lawyer could draft in their entire career. So for example, you go to business commercial, let's say you're drafting a joint venture agreement, a draft joint venture agreement is going to open up in front of you. You can not only make the changes here, for example, 13th July 2026, you can also simply make any change using artificial intelligence. For example, add a dispute resolution clause, particularly mediation, as per the Islamabad ADR Act 2017. And lo and behold, what will happen is that a dispute resolution clause based on the ADR Act of Islamabad is going to show up. Not just that, you have an option to maintain your entire case diary here. So for example, you have a case upcoming on the 16th, you open it up and you see which court it's in, Lahore High Court, you specify the case, you upload any document that you want to. So you have your inbuilt case diary in this system. And then of course the knowledge bank, let's say you're a law firm using this, all of your documents can go over here. These are all encrypted, by the way. And finally, you also have the cause list, live cause list of all high courts across the country. So for example, if I want to go to Islamabad High Court, I go to the regular cause list, and lo and behold, the cause list on the 13th of July is going to open up. Now, let's get out of this platform for a moment and let me tell you how I use it. This is the only legal tech platform right now in Pakistan that connects to both Claude and to ChatGPT. So here I am in my Claude. Find me case laws and precedents regarding settlements in a settlement slash diyat in a in Pakistan. You know what's going to happen? Claude is not going to go back to its knowledge base. Now, it's hundreds and thousands of terabytes of data on which this has been trained, billions of parameters, trillions of parameters on which Claude is trained. It doesn't go back there because, again, data from Pakistan could be missing. It goes instead to AI Attorney. When it goes to AI Attorney, it searches for relevant case laws from the 550,000 judgments on which AI Attorney has been trained. And when it gets me the relevant statutes and it gets me the relevant court judgments, it gives me two options. It not only sort of summarizes what the judgments are saying here in Claude. So here it is. So Pakistan Penal Code, etc., etc. It gives me everything. Now, when it comes to case laws, there we go. General validity of compromise acquittal on compounding, Nasir Ahmed versus the state, Mohammed Rizwan versus the state, Shahid Alam versus, etc. So it gives me everything. Now, here's where the magic happens. I can click on any one of these judgments and it gives me a link to view this judgment in AI Attorney. Allow me to copy this link. I'm now going to go back to my Chrome. I'm going to paste it here and lo and behold, and what's going to happen is, there we go, Nasir Ahmed versus the state. I now have this entire judgment in front of me. I can download this judgment. So I can read the summary, the facts, the arguments, whatever, etc., etc. But when I download this judgment, it downloads to my laptop. Let me just show you exactly how it opens up. Here is Nasir Ahmed versus the state, the entire judgment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what just happened to me a couple of days back. I was in a training. I was training lawyers at a particular law firm, and one very senior lawyer said that if AI Attorney and this Claude connection is able to find this particular judgment, I'm going to get a subscription immediately. And here's what he asked me. He said, there is one particular Supreme Court case that talks about the Durand line, the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan, and I have not been able to find it on Pakistan law site. Can AI Attorney find it for me? Here's what happened. So allow me to show you. Durand line, case law, Supreme Court, Pakistan. This is what I put in. Find a case law in Pakistan that talks about the Durand line. It is a Supreme Court judgment. It used AI Attorney and it came back with this. Ayn Khan Afridi versus Deputy Commissioner Political Agent FR Peshawar, 1997 SCMR. And he said this is the exact judgment that I was looking for. Now, point to be noted, all of the lawyers that are listening to this, there is a way that you can stop your Claude and ChatGPT from hallucinating. AI Attorney is the answer to the question. I've been using this platform personally, and I've been including this in my trainings to all lawyers that I give in Pakistan. This tool is literally a lifesaver, not just when you're drafting, not just when you're trying to understand laws and precedents, but also when you want your research to be robust and accurate. So my advice to you is to just go on to aiattorney.com.pk, sign up and get a license for yourself as well as for your law firm. And then connect it to your Claude, and your legal practice is never going to be the same again.